Good evening, fellow farmers. Eamon here from Ashlawn Retirement, Ashlawn Farm Retirement, putting up another video. 2025. This could be a big year for you. It could be a big year for your family. How many of you are thinking of retiring, or how many of you has retired? I'm talking about retired from farming. I mean, there's probably various different types of retirement. You can hand the farm completely over to your son or daughter or niece or nephew and walk away from it. Or there's maybe semi-retirement where you hand the farm over and still be somewhat involved in helping out on the farm. Taking my own example, I'll just tell you a quick story about myself, and most of you know my story at this stage. My name is Eamon Bray. I'm a dairy farmer from County Westmeath in Ireland. A modestly sized dairy farm, farming along with my son Kenneth for the last 12 or 14 years. Maybe even further now at this stage, maybe close to maybe 15 years. Kenneth, along with being a farmer, he's a qualified physiotherapist as well. Went to UCD for 4 years, qualified as a physio, worked at that for a little while. But it's always his passion was the farm. He came out of college during the recession, and he ended up coming back onto the farm, I think in 9 or 10 or in around that time. I'm not exactly sure which year it was. We farmed along together, just father and son, for the first few years, and then we set up a partnership. And we set about looking at changing the type of farming somewhat. Is not so much type of farm we're doing, it's probably the type of animals we had on the farm. I was going down the route, I was a liquid milk producer, supplying milk to Tirlawn or Glanbia at the time, and it was going into the liquid market, going into for the table, as into cartons of milk. I had a hybrid pedigree herd of cows, high cost, high yields, and probably low profits. And we sat about looking at the EBIs, and we started out with the EBIs. I think it was around 36 or 7 was the average of the EBIs, with cows minus maybe 30 and 40 at the time. And we set out planning out what to do with the farm. But Kenneth worked alongside me for those long numbers of years. And then we went in, as I said, into a partnership. And we started then making real decisions of how we're going to improve the profits and all the rest. And at the same time, I was involved in property in Dublin. I bought property in Dublin during the good times, and that became a bit of a liability, but on us financially and certainly personally. And that whole area had to be dealt with as well. We had 2 sons still in full-time education, and they needed to be dealt with and got educated as well, and all the rest. So there was a lot of irons in the fire. But about 3-4 years ago, we set about signing the farm over to Kenneth, and I signed it over to him about 2.5 years ago completely. And he's running the farm now. I'm still working on the farm, but Kenneth's making all the decisions. Now and again, we have we discuss the type of work we're doing and all the rest. At this stage, I probably don't give Kenneth any much advice at this stage or anything, because he doesn't necessarily need it. He's gone down probably a different route of very high EBIs, got out of liquid milk, went into manufacturing milk. But he's making his own decisions. He's over 40 years of age, married to a girl that's involved, a Canadian girl that's working in the ag business as well. Not necessarily directly with farmers, but she's in the ag business.